Yup. Why, hello there, everyone. I'm the Kumo Sensei, and day 500. It is pretty astonishing, honestly. And don't mind my hair, guys. This is a little bit of the hair straightener and whatnot. So yeah, we hit 500 push-ups. I really don't know how to thank you guys. I need to fix my hair real quick. Let me put on my put this on here. That will help straighten it out. But yeah, it's a welcome, guys. We did it. 500. Way to go, baby. The question is, where do we go from there? Hello there, Marco. I hope everything's going well. It's been a crazy journey, honestly. Okay, guys. Oh, I didn't have any plans set up, honestly. Now, typically, as the usual, I was gonna celebrate with a lot of ice cream, and I will have ice cream, but I'm not gonna have a lot because I'm on the diet. So I can't really go off my diet, guys. So I'm fairly limited to what I can eat to celebrate. So all I have literally is just water. Not really okay, hear me out. It's not the best celebratory thing, but hey, it's better than nothing, guys. I'll tell you what. I will have ice cream later, but just not on stream, because I think that's kind of weird. This is not a mukbang or mukbang live stream and whatnot. Maybe I should try that. Just eat disgustingly on a live stream and just watch people enjoy themselves. But yeah, we hit 500, baby. We're halfway to 1K when it comes to the daily push-ups. It is honestly one of the biggest surprises yet, because I literally... It's kind of funny to say this, but I had zero intentions of it becoming a thing when I started. It was more so of a mental push that I needed, not necessarily a transformational video like I stated a million times already. And it's kind of, man, it makes me kind of proud to see people get inspired and just, you know, people just going at it. My motivation is not necessarily like all guns blazing and whatnot. It's more so of like a little wave, and you just slowly build upon it till it becomes something much bigger. But that's how I've approached motivation. I don't really approach it as like this hit in your face sort of thing, because that sort of motivation burns out way too quickly, to be honest. So it doesn't really work for me. So to see everybody get inspired and to see other people posting their W's as well, it kind of makes me proud. And yes, I'm pretty certain the majority of you guys are maybe stronger than I. Probably, who knows, right? You guys are stronger than I am. But it doesn't really bother me, honestly, because I don't really do it as a way to show that I'm necessarily the strongest physical fit person. I just do so more as a way of something I need. And along the way, everybody just hopped on in. And to see everybody, gosh, it is surprising, man. It keeps surprising me all the time. Like, you viewers and everybody, you all just keep surprising me one day to another. Because, I don't know, man. This channel was more so of like a one-off thing. Not necessarily... I've always said this, and I'll say this again. I don't use YouTube as a way to... Last fishing, I did get notifications. Oh, I hate YouTube for that. YouTube, man. They don't notify you, Marco. I'll tell you what. They don't notify any of us. But I'm glad that you're here at least. Because you missed a few, but I don't blame you. Because everybody has their own things in life. But to see you around is a good thing, though. But it's good that you're here at least. So that means that you must have got this notification, right? It is. I just want to thank you guys. Minasan, arigatou gozaimasu. I don't. What else should I say in Japanese? I don't know. I'm not gonna flex it because that's not really my thing, honestly. I can't really express like how much I really want to thank you guys. So, arigato gozaimasu. How do I... Man, I can't express myself. Boku no kokoro de tomete oku. Sorry, I just can't I know, no, that's enough Japanese, guys. I don't want to make this a Japanese stream, but seriously though, thank you guys. Yeah, lucky to be on YouTube and saw it. God dang it, Susan. Oh wait, Susan's no longer the CEO of YouTube. It's that guy now. I forgot what that guy's name is, but he's the new CEO of YouTube. But it's crazy, Marco. We're slowly like this channel is slowly growing. It's growing pretty much every day now. But I don't forget though. Everybody, especially like the first four, the Knights of the Round Table guys. Those people I still remember, man. Like seriously, Itarika, Caden, you, Marco, and then we have B&J. Man, B&J, I have not seen that guy in a while, but I hope he's doing well though. IDK, every single person, man, like the original 14 members, the 14 active members on this channel. I still have your names written down, just so I don't forget. This channel is growing to a pace, Marco, to where I really can't keep. Like, I cannot keep up with all the comments, but I try to at least look at my own videos. But I don't really. I do watch my videos, but not on YouTube because I have the raw file. I can just watch my raw files on my desktop instead of actually looking up. Just need to tell you, I got hooked up with the Gotham series. The show, or like the Gotham the Gotham series show, or like the Gotham series as in the games. Which one is it, Marco? I used to be a huge DC fan and Marvel fan, by the way. I used to read comics way back when. I can go, man. It's been a while since I read any comics in general. Now that you mention it, I don't really watch the Gotham series if you're talking about the show, because it's not that I don't like it, it's just that I don't have time to do stuff, man, because everybody's been recommending the series show. The Gotham series is pretty nice. Oh man, Gotham series, 5 seasons. That's the CW one, I believe. I believe it's broadcasted on the CW. Got the Gotham series. Like I said, I don't necessarily watch those shows. Not because I hate them. It's just because I don't really have time to watch them, especially when it has a lot of seasons. No, okay, guys. But hey, I did watch One Piece, so maybe I could give time to watch other stuff. But Marco, I gotta tell you, man, recently the emails have been blowing up. Everybody's been requesting me to talk about this or that, or telling me to watch this show or that show. And look, I respect everybody's, recommendations, but my God, Marco, I can't keep up with these people. 5 seasons for 22 episodes of 40 minutes long. Yep, that's the CW Gotham for you. I never really necessarily hated those shows. I know that some people don't get into it. It's just that for me, in my case, I've been way too busy with personal life and trying to catch up with everything people have been recommending me. Because my gosh, man, the moment I left my email onto my about page, everybody's been emailing me left and right to talk about all these shows. Anime, I tell you what. And it's funny because a lot of the recommendations that people have been telling me to watch or stuff like that is usually shows that I've either already seen or shows that, like, I'm just not into. Not saying I hate those shows. I only recommended I Became the Melee's Adopted Daughter. I have not been reading that because I've been trying, because I spent some time catching up to One Punch Man, and I'm now caught up. So now I'm trying to actually catch up on other stuff that friends, quote unquote, have been recommending me. Because my God, man, a lot of stuff they've been recommending. And the problem is that it's in Japanese, man. I can't read Japanese as well, okay, guys? Like, you expect me to read a bunch of kanji? I can't read everything now. But in terms of I Became the Melee's Adopted Daughter, I think I'm on chapter 28. So I've only read 3 chapters since. And It's not because I've been lazy. It's just that I've been trying to catch up with everything that's trending in Japan because Japan is, Japan's media has been crazy lately, yo. Everything has been happening in Japan, so I've been trying to keep up with the news, like yesterday's news. I can't believe that Novel Missing is getting a new manga adaptation. I do have some questions though, Marco and whatnot, about where I'm currently at. So I'm currently on chapter 28 of the series of I Became the Millie's Adopted Daughter. So, like, man, Leonia though, is she ever gonna master her abilities? Like, because the Belliotti family has like such an OP ability, and she just lets that, like, she just literally just lets it explode. It is crazy. It just, like, she needs to, okay. The question becomes, like, she's already OP, and we're not even, like, on chapter 50 yet. Like, what is the level cap that we're going on here, guys? The level cap, though. This is a thing I wonder about manhwas nowadays, is power scaling. Because it's pretty obvious at this point that Leonia is pretty much one heck of a Belliotti. The question becomes I'm just gonna give you my predictions. So, like, my predictions as what we're currently at. I literally think that Leonia is going to become stronger than Filio. Correct me if I'm wrong, but that's my current theory. Because, like, her ability is so ridiculous. Like, it's so ridiculously OP. And it's funny because, like, there was like, oh no, we can't stop her. I was like, oh my god. She's about to go Super Saiyan already. I was like, this isn't even my final form yet. And then, oh man, that was literally my thoughts. I think that was chapter 26, I believe. 26 or, was it 26 or 27? But man, like, I understand that Filio was pretty much gone because he has to go fight off those monsters and whatnot. But it's a good thing he came back on time. The timing is so impeccable, yo. What you call it? The timing. What do you call it? The anime. The Deus Ex Machina, you can put it. He came right on time to stop Leonia from going, like, Super Saiyan. I don't even. There is a lot going on. Like, so much going on. And within those, like, 3 to 4, maybe 5 chapters. So that's currently where I'm at. Now, this whole thing of, like, gosh, this whole thing of power scaling, though, this is kind of, it's a critique. It's not me being mean on it, okay? It's actual critique here. I want to tell you so much, but I can't spoil you. Don't spoil me yet, Marco. We still have a lot to go on here. The thing about power scaling is that I hope that it doesn't become ridiculous. Now, I know that this is the thing I love about series and movies, animes and shows and games, is that there's always that one character that sets the baseline for every other character around them. So the baseline character here in terms of power leveling is Filio, because Filio, even though necessarily now he's not, I wouldn't really put him as the main character, Marco. He's still pretty much the baseline of what power scaling is. Like, if you look at every character in this series so far, Filio is basically the base level here. The question becomes, since Leonia is she's pretty much the main character at this point. Well, let's just call her the main character because she is. The question becomes, how far will she surpass Filio? And that's my only question. Because, like, she literally was going to pretty much blow a hole in the entire mansion, because literally her aura was just was flowing out like Super Saiyan 4. It was just going off the hook. Honestly, though, I really wanted to see her blow up, like, just explode with energy, because I want to see, like, what's her limitations on her powers and whatnot that she inherited from the Belliotti family tree. And that's currently where I'm at, so I can't. That's my final thoughts on the series so far. And I haven't been reading them because I've been trying to catch up on everything else, guys. Okay, guys, remember, I had to pay subscription fees to read novels legally, such as Bookwalker and J novels. You're aware of what you're thinking. I know I am. But the thing is that Leonia makes me think a lot because she's the main character here, guys. And Filio is the baseline of power leveling here. Like, he's the baseline of, like, the standard of strength. So, I know that I'm okay, Marco, I know that I'm going off the charts here, but this is what you call theorizing. Baka! You make theories and then you just kind of work around from there, I guess. And that's currently where I'm at. So, my final thoughts are a lot to think about in terms of power leveling. And Leonia as well, because I feel like Leonia at some point will blow up. Like, she's gonna go Super Saiyan at some point. Like, kind of like the history of Trunks, but who knows, right? I can't make judgment calls here. But, yeah, tying it back all together, though, the reason why I haven't been reading a lot of it, Marco, of what you've been recommending me, is because I've been reading other stuff as well. So, currently, I was reading One Punch Man. I'm finally caught up with the manga now. It's actually very good, the One Punch Man manga. That's very interesting, honestly. And then I caught up to One Piece again, the manga, because I was 2 chapters behind, but now I'm caught up. And then, I was doing some anime research on some voice actors and whatnot, and some English voice actor as well. Such as, man, that's a lot to think about, though. So you are the part where she is gonna... when she go to Berserk. Basically, that's where I stopped, and then Filio jumps in to stop her from going any further from being crazy. And then that's basically where I'm at. And which is chapter 28, 29. And then she just woke up, that's right. She fainted after her blow up with Aura, and then she wakes up again. And then, you know, that's basically where I'm at. And then all the maids and stuff, all the workers in the mansion are currently on break. And that's basically where I'm at in terms of I became the male lead's adoptive daughter. So that's where I left off. But I've been reading a lot of stuff, guys. Don't worry, I'm not missing out on the popular stuff. Animes, I am a little bit behind on Tonikawa and some other stuff. I'm kind of with most things, guys, because everybody has been recommending all this stuff at my face, yo. It's crazy. From friends online, through you guys, and even through my emails. It's just like boop, 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 boop. Remember, I upload daily, guys, and I get comments like on a daily basis. There's a lot that people want me to talk about. So I don't really talk about like the big stuff, because when it comes to big anime news, a lot of people usually already cover those. So the thing, my approach to anime is this: if it's already as big as it is, people will see it no matter how far they are, because of how big the anime has become. So everything else around it, I focus on that part. So that's why my anime news, or the stuff I talk about, is usually either very niche or very specific or very like rare news, because people don't talk about those, which is why I find it interesting. So when people like John, you know, just put random facts into the comments and whatnot, it intrigues me a lot, because I like news that is very specific. That's how you become like, that's technically how you become an anime historian, like, or an anime expert like I am, because everybody's always focusing on big series like Jujutsu Kaisen, One Piece, Black Clover, and whatnot. Those series, no matter where you go in terms of the anime universe or anime sphere, people will always know those series. But like those very niche series, such as like, you know, Baka no 91 Days, or like whatever specific series it is of those kinds, those are the treasures you want to look for. I'm feeling John is here. If John's here, that would be great. But that's how you become an anime expert. And you also need to jump out of the anime and manga hemisphere. That's the hardest part of a lot of anime fans. Like for me, everybody thinks that I only do anime and manga, but I do anime, manga, light novels, visual novels, actual books, by the way, such as, that's what I was talking about missing yesterday, and games, every other media, web novels too, forgot about that, web novels. So like, everybody is too focused on one niche. I am the overall package, which is which makes me kind of lonely, to be honest. I don't like to brag and say like, I'm like the anime expert. I'm not really that type of guy. But I'm not gonna lie though, I do feel kind of lonely because I feel like anime and manga is too little of like what I know and what I'm capable of. I saw your sad story for spiders. Oh man, that one actually hurts. So my one of my tarantulas actually ate her own babies. I did manage to save, I think, about 15 to 18 of the babies. But all the other eggs were mushed and turned into egg soup. And baby soup. She ate pretty much all of the babies. So she held the egg sac for 18 days. And then after that, she ate her babies. It was disappointing. Judging by the size of the egg sac, if you're talking about the sad story that I was talking about for my spiders, I'd say there was about 100 to 120 eggs, maybe. I'm guesstimating here. I'm guessing, okay? And of all of them, only 15 to 18 of those eggs was saved. Every single sac mates, every single baby in that sac was either eaten or they was already rotting out because when one bad egg spoils the bunch. So basically, when tarantulas lay eggs, they put it all together. They're not like one egg at a time. It's a bunch of eggs in one egg sac. So if one egg starts to rot, that rot can form mold and whatnot, and then it can spread through every single one of those eggs. So that saying is true when it comes to tarantula egg sacs. One bad egg can spoil the bunch, and that applies to tarantulas. So why did she eat them? That is a very good question. So there are a lot of factors, but in reality, we can only speculate as to why they do this. Sometimes it's because the female is way too hungry, or another one is that she's too stressed out, or another reason is that she just eats them because we don't know why. So that's kind of a rough situation because she was never stressed out because I kept her in optimal care. Remember that. A lot of people forget, I'm actually experienced at what I do when it comes to my spider work. So you gotta make them as stress-free as possible whenever they have an egg sac, because the more stress you give on a tarantula, the more likely they're going to eat their egg sac. And I actually prioritize my females on God tier status. They eat and get luxury items that I don't get because I put too much money into what I do, because I love what I do, guys. Remember that. So she was stress-free. Was she hungry? Probably not. Nobody knows because every tarantula, once they lay an egg sac, the abdomens actually shrink because they laid all their eggs. So the abdomens are naturally going to shrink. So all female tarantulas are hungry to an extent, but their the motherly instinct is to not eat, but rather focus on taking care of their egg sacs. So you don't necessarily want to actually feed or bother your female too much once they have the egg sac. And then, so that's kind of like a give and take sort of situation. And then sometimes they just eat it because why not? So, it's kind of disappointing, honestly. 2 years, guys. 2 years in the making. But the good news is that those 15 eggs that I did save, they're actually alive and moving. So they currently have eggs with legs. That's their current stage, their larval stage, you can put it. So those babies will most likely, or the majority of them will make it to being an actual spiderling. So those 15, I'm going to keep all of them. Now, I do have one more female that is gravid, I believe. So I'm waiting to see if she'll actually drop. Now, what surprises me the most was that this was on day 18. Usually you pull egg sacs around day 25 to day 30, around that time period. So this is free tarantula knowledge, by the way, so here we go. So you usually pull egg sacs around that time period because that's when the eggs are actually solid and they're pretty much ready to separate. But in this case, those already exo-leg stage at day 18. So that means that the care that I'm doing is actually 100% spot on. 1000% actually. So essentially, I'm actually doing better than what I should be doing. which is which tells me that she just ate it because she wants to, put it specifically, which kind of disappoints me, but I don't lose hope just yet. It does sadden me a lot because it took 2 years, guys. So 2 steps forward, 1 step back, I guess. So yeah, that's basically where we're at. Man, but we still have one more chance though. One more chance. We have one more female. So I'm praying that that one actually works out. Because I'm not going to profit at all from that egg sack. 15 babies is not necessarily what I would call profitable. So I'm going to keep all of those babies and raise them up as future tarantula breeders, I guess. That's the most I can do now, so for that egg sack. But I still have one more I'm hoping for whenever she does lay. Because like I said, I had 3 females. One female laid a bad egg sack, the second female ate her egg sack, and the third one has yet to lay, so fingers crossed, and we're praying. But yeah, that's currently where we're at, guys. There is some more stuff, but I think I'll save that for the Laxo channel, guys. But in terms of, oh man, but that's really about it for the anime stuff. I mean, the Spiderworks stuff. But if anybody has questions within like anime or whatnot, I'm willing to. How much do they cost? So here in the United States market, they're actually around $20 to $40 a spider, a baby spider that is. So if you do the math, let's just work it at 20 to be safe on the low end. 20 times 15, because that's how many that made it, or that we currently have. And then that's our budget. But you have to understand though, you might think that's a lot of money if you do the math, but you have to understand that I spent 2 years raising these up. So all the expenses that it costs to feed, care, and maintain them adds up. So in reality, I would not even profit. So I would actually profit more in this case if I save them and actually use them as future breeders once I grow them out, that is. That way I'll have a better chance of recuperating what I lost. And yes, it will take more time to recuperate that lost, but it's better than just selling them worth not much. Okay, so let's do the math actually. So it's $20 a sling. Let's just say I sold 10 and I kept 5. That's $200. Well, like I said, the egg sack originally had around about 100 to 120 eggs, just looking at the egg sack itself. So I'm not really gaining anything. How much they cost? And voice acting. Are you asking, has my voice acting going, or are you asking specifically how much it costs for voice acting? Because that's kind of sorry, I'm kind of confused on the question, Marco. Huh. How much is it? Well, I'm looking at the question, I'm just kind of confused, but the voice acting stuff is going pretty fine, I guess. I haven't really been uploading on my voice acting channel is because I've been practicing on some stuff. How's the voice acting going? The voice acting stuff I've been practicing, like I said. I've been practicing on a lot of stage acting stuff recently. And I've been focusing on voice acting as well. Currently, I'm trying to get in shape. I'm already in shape, but they need the shreds. They need the riz, essentially. I'm always in shape 24/7, by the way. So there's really nothing that I can't do because I'm already in shape. But they're still asking for they're asking more than what they're asking for, essentially. So for voice acting, I really haven't been posting stuff, but it doesn't mean I haven't been practicing. I've been practicing, guys. I will post, well, maybe I should post this week because I've been slacking a little bit. Maybe I should post on this channel as well.
Yes, back. Yeah. Okay. So, what do we do from here? I can't say myself, but
who knows? Voice acting is voice acting. Actual acting, I gotta get in shape. I don't know why people keep asking about my workout schedules. Like, I even made a post on my community sections discussing about that. I usually train 3 to 5 days a week. And I do diets as well, guys. My diet is abysmal. Oh gosh. I had to adjust my diet accordingly. So I can't tell you, like, if I tell you what I'm currently eating, I'm not going to be eating that next week. Because that's how it actually goes. You got to adjust to what is working and what is what. And it's strange to me because, like, a lot of people think that I work out and stay fit because I want to. I want to be like a muscular guy. Guys, I'm fit 24/7 because I have to do dance instructing and I gotta do acting, guys. Stage acting, that is. 3 Little Pigs, baby. That's the next one I'm doing. 3 Little Pigs. Yoo-hoo! We're doing a musical. Yep. I'm doing a voluntary nursery rhymes for little kids, I guess. So we have the 3 Little Pigs, Little Red Riding Hood. I forgot the rest. Oh gosh. But I still need to get in shape. Because if I don't get in shape, I'm not going to have any roles to play. Excuse myself. So, a lot of people want to see an actual physique update. Maybe I'll show you guys. I don't know. Maybe if somebody... I don't know. Why the heck not? Because everybody keeps requesting about that. Like, how's my physique going? You can't really necessarily see it because I purposefully put my my webcam here into this position, so that way you guys don't really focus way too much on looking at my abs and whatnot. But hold up, I need to crouch down for you guys because if I don't, it's kind of hard to see. Let me show you. Oh. I'm gonna flex for a second because people keep asking about that. Give me a second and then I'll talk about the rest. You can't really see, but maybe you guys can see better like this. Who knows, right? There it goes, guys. If I crouch down like this, you can definitely see. Oh. I'm still getting in shape. Even though I'm currently in shape, guys, I still gotta tone it down a bit more. So, to everybody who's questioning about how's my physique going, I'm always in shape. Just put it that way. It's just that I gotta get into a specific type of shape for stage acting. So how is dance going? Oh man, dance... okay, I gotta tell you guys. The dancing stuff has been pretty interesting, I will not lie, guys. It is... okay, I underestimated a lot of people, I'll tell you what. It's crazy when you actually meet prodigies, because I don't say that word, like, I rarely would ever use that word, but the students are learning so goddamn fast. They're going to be better than me within no time. I can pretty much guarantee that. Like I stated, when the goal I was given from, like, the higher ups, put it simply, they gave each instructor a different role to help out with these students, I guess, because these students are trying to target better dance skills for either a future career in the choreography space, or they're trying to do something big with dancing and whatnot. So these students are actually very special. The role I was given was to teach them footwork and how to actually move around. Because when you're dancing, you literally don't want to stand still. If you want to know a good dancer from a bad dancer, the answer is to cover their upper body and then look at their legs. If their legs are not moving as much, or if it stands too still for a while, it's pretty obvious that they're not necessarily a great dancer, quote unquote. Yes, you can do amazing dance moves, you know, standing still and whatnot, but the upper body is one thing, but the lower body is another. You got to use your upper body and your lower body. So my goal was to the objective I was given was to teach them how to move around when they're dancing. Because, like, I don't want my students to stand still, because if they enter a dance competition, or if they was to perform choreography live on stage, they're going to get absolutely roasted. Because you have to understand how dancing works, guys. Like, good dancers will know how to actually not just use their upper body, but they will actually know how to move around. Aren't you proud if they're going to be better than you? You damn right, Marco. I'm going to be so proud when they're better than me. Because it means I succeeded as a dance instructor. I don't like, the goal is that if I fulfill my goals as an instructor, then you should be proud. Because a teacher's job is to teach their students. And if you're teaching them, and if they're learning, you succeeded. Of course I'm proud. Hello there, Gassos. Yo, let's go, 500. You heard that right. We're currently at 500, guys. But in terms of dancing, though, like the dance instructing and whatnot, it's going pretty good. I couldn't be any more happier, honestly. They're going to be legit prodigies at this point. Oh god, that's crazy. They're growing so fast. It surprises me the most because, like, I don't really expect... Look, I expected them to be good, but I didn't expect them to learn fast. Because a lot of dancers, they're okay. A lot of new beginners are atrocious when it comes to footwork. And, like, remember, guys, the shoes I wear is not necessarily dancing shoes because it's angled. Never dance with angled shoes because it makes it very difficult for your footwork and to actually balance. But I just wear them because I don't really care. Because I'm good enough. Like, if you're a good dancer, your shoes don't really matter. No one is better than you. I can't put the emoji I want. Just imagine it's nose. The no steam one. Well, Gassos, probably. I don't know. I'm not necessarily the best dancer, but my history with it, I had it for such a long time that is inseparable at this point. I am the real deal, guys. It's crazy. I really gotta teach him more footwork, though. So footwork, you know, some people do request for dance lessons too, but like I stated, like, this year was already pretty much preset around December, before classes even began, so I genuinely feel bad because now I can't actually teach because I was actually contacted first with the program asking if I would like to volunteer, and I just took that chance because I was like, why not? And to see all the other dance instructors again, oh, god dang it. I said this in the introductory video, but why do people keep saying my name? God dang it, man. Everybody's like, yeah, you're the... Don't say it, guys. Just, oh, god dang it. If people's gonna screw it up all the time. I can't read this. Okay, I found the emoji. But, oh god. The whole thing of my name, yo. It's crazy how, like, people cannot guess my ethnicity, but the moment I post that video, everybody somewhat guesses it right. I think one person actually got it right in terms of my ethnicity. Yeah, man, but I really wonder why they keep calling me by that name. Just call me Mr. Miles. Don't call me Akairo. Because, god dang. It's such a goofy one. It is such a goofy one, I tell you what. People are gonna be wondering what it means, but you'll figure it out someday, guys. Maybe if you can read kanji, you'll know. Who knows, right, guys? But it's funny because I've actually battled against some of the dance instructors before. Not just Mr. Johnston and Chia. I keep forgetting her name. Oh my god. It's been about a month and I still forgot. Forgive me. Oh, god. I should tell them I have a YouTube channel that I upload random stuff on or something. No, I can't do that. They're gonna roast me even more. But I competed against them, believe it or not, in dance tournaments in the past. So our history is pretty confusing because people think that, like, oh yeah, these guys dance together as like a group. No, we battled against each other. This was way back when, a few years ago actually, during qualifiers. It was crazy because when I say it's crazy, it's really crazy because I never battled against Mrs. Chie. Well, I think I did. I don't remember because she looked just like that other chick. Man, I'm getting people confused. And who won? I won. Wow, who won? That is such a good question. I won. Yeah, I won, but it's so Mr. Johnston, his dance style, believe it or not, was popping. But the thing was that the music that was played during a qualifiers match did not go well with this style. So I won. Now we actually battled more than once. We battled a few times actually. I think he did beat me once. He beat me once, and my god, the key of him beating me was footwork. Mother trucker, he used it against me. How dare he? But yeah, he was a really good popper though. Popping was his style. Mrs. Chie was she was freestyle. She's a freestyle dancer with a bit of her style was so smooth though. She's a very smooth dancer though. Like for me, I'm smooth, but a different type of smooth. So we have a history. There's other dance instructors that I've either seen before or I probably danced to or against with. Oh, those are the good old days though. It is very competitive, I tell you what, when you enter a dance competition. The first thing you'll immediately just recognize that everybody that enters into a dance competition is just as good, if not better than you are. And the first thing you don't want to do when you start dancing is to freaking stand still. Thank God I never stood still. Standing still while dancing is almost like a death threat. Almost, it's like you're waiting to be murdered on the dance ground. Because you have to understand, you're in an open space when you're competing in a dance competition. So if you're just standing in one spot here, it doesn't matter what moves you're doing, because like you can do all these amazing moves and whatnot, but if you're standing still, you're going to get absolutely murdered. It is very hard to win a dance competition or a dance battle by standing still. You can have the greatest upper body of all time of moves and still lose. Freestyle dancing is a crazy one. Freestyle dancing is just freestyle dancing. I wouldn't necessarily call it crazy. Everybody freestyles. Even I do in my videos. Like everybody freestyle dances at this point. Because the competition is so stiff. Like my advice is that if you want to learn dancing, you really want to learn some basics, but most importantly, learn how to move around. You don't want to stand still. Standing still is literally the ultimate loss in a dance battle. You don't necessarily need to do footwork 24/7, but you need it to an extent because you don't want to stand still. Remember, most of the times in a dance competition, you're surrounded by people. So you have to move around so the people around you can see what you're doing. If all you're doing is staying in front of like one position and you're just doing like one simple move set and and whatnot, it's cool, but you're not moving around. You're as good as dead. And I'm saying this through experience though, but that's for dance lessons, I guess, because I don't want to go into depth about dance lessons unless people want to talk about it. So if somebody recommends or if somebody wants me to talk more about it, I will enlighten you guys because I will tell you how it is. And it is by far one of the most competitive things imaginable. I was thinking about the Red Bull freestyle. Oh, that's breakdancing. You're talking about breakdancing there, Marco. I do not breakdance, but I battled against a breakdancer before. Actually, I battled against a couple, maybe 3 actually. Breakdancing is really hit or miss. A lot of them, if you're the thing about dance competitions is that if you're going a open competition, meaning there's no styles or genres and it's a mix of everything, like everything at one place, then is really anyone's game. Because breakdancing rules and it doesn't necessarily apply the same if you enter into an open dance competition. Because for example, if you're a krump dancer and you're battling against a pop dancer, those two dance styles have different sets of rules, styles, and applications. So essentially, it really depends on not just who was the better dancer that day, but also essentially what does the judges and people like. So for me, I actually beated a breakdancer before, believe it or not. A couple actually. And I got lucky for one of them because the music was not in that person's favor. So it gave me a win. Another one I have to try, but I noticed that I'm not trying to hate on this individual here, but when I competed against this other breakdancer, you can do like the most craziest head spins and whatnot, but you just gotta mock them. You'll get mocked all the time in a dance competition. You gotta love how sometimes it sounds like you beat someone up until you follow it up with some dancing terms. Well, that's basically dancing. You're competing against everybody. So you break more bones than him. I guess. I don't know. You gotta... I mean, it is what it is, I guess. I don't hate breakdancers, though. I actually love breakdancing. I don't breakdance, but I love the energy and the vibes they give off. It's just that when you enter a dance competition, especially one that is not set to a certain style or genre, it is very competitive. You'll most likely lose a lot of them. I lost a lot of qualifiers, but I also won a lot of my qualifiers. Because remember, the bracket is usually only 12 to 24 positions. That's the bracket, the tournament bracket overall. But the amount of competitors you get is around like 150 to 200, even more. So you have to enter the qualifiers to make it into that bracket of the 24 or 12 spot. So for me, I won a lot of my qualifiers. It was very difficult. But one advantage I have was that I practice a lot of other dance styles. And I usually practice other dance genres of music and whatnot. And that actually helps you out a lot when you're competing against other dancers. Because a lot of dancers, like, certain music fits a certain style of dancing. So whatever genres you're into, for example, you're into pop, like old school hip hop, which is good for like New Jack Swing and popping and whatnot. Cool, but what if you get stuck with music that is EDM, like on like the dance battleground, the battle zone essentially? So you get stuck in that situation, your dance style is pretty much rendered almost useless unless you're actually really good at your style that you're dancing in. Sorry, broke more bones than him when you were dancing. I don't break dance, Marco, I'll tell you what. But I have battled breakdancers in the past. Whatever dance style there is out there that is part of hip hop, I pretty much danced with or against before. It goes hard, I tell you what. You don't win every single one of them, I tell you what. But hey, that's dancing for you guys. I can go more into depth about dancing, but you gotta, if someone asks the questions, I'll give you the answers that I know. Because it is very ruthless, I'll tell you what. That is the right term, ruthless. But hey, that's dance instructing for you. Break dance, broke dance, broke, get the joke. I got the joke, but it's not funny to me because I'm so familiar with it. Like, the thing about dancing is that I'm very familiar with dancing. Like, when it comes to choreography or freestyle dancing or whatever, I know what I'm talking about. So I'm like, whatever, I guess. I still get impressed, though. Dancing, I'll never get tired of. So, it is what it is, guys. Oh, man. But if there's any other topics you want to talk about, I'm all ears, guys. Please feel free to talk about any topic. Anime, personal life, I don't know. more dancing. I really don't know where to go from here, guys. I'm open to any topic at this point because, like I said, we already celebrated 500 in a way. Well, in a way, that is. And I still got a diet, which is actually horrible, but I need it for stage acting for the Three Little Pigs. Man, that's gonna be a one killer stage play. I don't know which character I'm playing. I'm an interchangeable between the wolf and one of the other characters. A little bit off topic, but what would you say is your favorite anime? It changes, honestly, but for now, I just say Steins Gate as my all-time favorite anime. Not necessarily because it is my favorite, it's just that I like it a lot. So, Steins Gate is currently, I guess, my favorite anime, but it probably will change in the future, though. Gassos, so we kind of had to wait and see. Markovic, diet and why. Here's the thing. You are not... no one is going to enter into this acting hemisphere, or stage acting hemisphere, that is, or any entertainment acting industry in general, without dedicating yourself into staying in shape or, staying on the game plan. Because like I said, no one is going to accept you. Well, not accept, but no one is going to hire you if you're out of shape. Unless it fits that role. So, unless the roles call for it, you should try your best to stay in a certain shape for that role. And like I said, a lot of the roles I play, I don't necessarily diet to play the roles of like side characters. I primarily focus on secondary characters, antagonists, or the protagonist. So that's the reason why I diet. And you got to diet no matter what, and stay in shape is a necessity. So I'm usually around 15% body fat or lower. Now when it's the diet's off season, I go up to like 20% body fat. But character wolf 100%. For pig, I don't think so. Maybe I can play that role. That's the thing you need to understand, Marco. The easier it is for a role to audition for, the more people there will be to try to there'll be more people going for that role. So essentially, you don't really necessarily want to go for characters that are easy to play because everybody will apply for that role. So the roles that a lot of people avoid are the ones that are very difficult to get into. The reasons why is because, number one, it helps build your credentials, and number two is because while there's less competitions, but the one downside is that you have to actually compete with other more skilled, probably, actors than you are. And I am. So essentially, though, you have to stay in shape 24/7 to prepare yourselves. And luckily for me, I'm always in shape. And people ask that all the time, what is my diet? The reason why I don't specify my diet is because if I make a video on it, like about what I eat within that week, the next week I might eat something completely different. So like this week I had eggs, rice, fruits, and vegetables. But then next week I'm going to have a completely different diet. Who knows, right? So that's why the diet plan for staying in shape for stage acting and whatnot is and dance instructing as well, by the way. I forgot about that. I gotta stay in shape 24/7 for dance instructing and for stage acting. So those two go hand in hand. So I don't have a lot of leeway when it comes to actually going out of shape. But you have to be very disciplined, guys. That's the thing. Stage acting, voice acting, even dance instructing, and dancing in general. You got to be the most disciplined person in the world to get into your ideal shape. So for me, it's not very difficult. That's why a lot of people and stress. I stress out all the time. I don't know about that, Marco. When it comes to stress, man, I stress 24/7. But the thing about me is this, though, guys. I am not a stress eater. When I'm stressed out, I eat very poorly. So, hello there, Mr. Asagi. How's it going? So, like, do you plan out your meals, or do you like just eat stuff, whatever, within like certain rules and stuff? It's a mix of both. If it's if it gets down to the strict dieting stuff, I have a food scale here, guys. So I gotta measure out what I eat at times. So this is just a cheap food scale that you can buy that I use to measure out my weight at times. But other days though, when I'm not actually on the diet, I really just eat whatever, such as chips and whatnot. Oh, but the thing is that here's the thing. Mondays too, it's like I don't get any days off. I really don't. I really don't get any days off. That's the honest truth. Because I have to, like, remember, stage acting and dance instructing, they go hand in hand, but they're not necessarily the same. So some days I'm focusing on stage acting, voice acting, tarantula work, and whatnot, and the other days I'm focusing on dancing. So I'm pretty much active on average about 4 to 5 days a week. But 3 is the minimum, though. 3 is the minimum amount of days I will train in a week. And then as for dieting and exercise, I usually diet 5 days a week, and then 2 days I pretty much just eat whatever I want. But now, let me clarify. I'm a big eater, but not really. So some days I don't eat as much as I would like to. And another thing that Marco mentioned is stress. I stress out a lot. So the thing about me is that I am not a stress eater, guys. I know that a lot of people tend to eat more when they're stressed, but whenever I'm stressed, I eat very poorly. Like, if I eat until I'm full and I'm stressed, I will actually puke. Like, I just can't eat when I'm stressed. So if I get too stressed, I just drink water. Like, water and then maybe a little bit of fruits that I'll eat, and that's it. I don't do well on, like, being stressed. So I try not to stress out a lot. But I stress out every single week. I just don't show it. Like I said, if you're feeling down, just smile and everything will be better, right? Even when life feels at its worst. So for me, even through the worst of things, I just smile and push on, because that's the only thing I can do. So if I'm feeling miserable, I'll just keep smiling and pushing forward. Even when I'm stressed out, god dang it, I stress out all the time, guys. I promise you that. Just stick with 2K calories and it's okay. It depends. It really depends on that. The whole 2,000 calories a day thing, it's not really applicable to an extent, because the average person burns 2,000 calories a day, supposedly. But the thing is that not everybody can burn 2,000 calories a day, because everybody's level of activeness is different from one another. Some people might spend like 20 hours a day doing office work, excuse myself, and then another person might spend like only 5 hours a day doing office work and like the rest of the day exercising. So it really depends on that. You can spare your stress to your spiders. I can't do that, man. I love my spiders and stuff, but I can't really stress. They stress me out too, by the way. But they stress me out in a different way. I don't get burned out. That's the thing people keep asking, as a matter of fact. Some days I am more stressed out, but I don't get burned out on YouTube or from work. It's just the fact that it's just overwhelming. Like, I'm a guy who's juggling a million things at once. I hate to multitask, but I keep multitasking anyways. So I'm spinning myself into this road of destruction. Like, I'm literally going in circles. Like, I'm like Ouroboros eating his own tail. So it's stressful. Like, a lot of people don't notice it, but you look at my eyes, sometimes I have bags. And the reason why I have slight bags is because I'm stressed out. And I stress out pretty frequently. It's just that a lot of people can't notice it because I'm smiling too much. Yep, I'll smile even if I cry. That's just the way it goes, guys. But I'll get through it all. But like I said, though, if you have a girlfriend, you get more stress and more calories burned out. What kind of a? Oh my gosh! I have a man. I actually have a story about that. Actually, now that I think about it, about stress, girlfriend, and calories. This is good for losing weight. That was not my experience, man. I really wish. Oh man. If that actually happened to me, I would have been the most happiest person in the world, probably. But that's for another time, guys. Let's does it say that staying in shape is one thing? Put it simply. I already had ice cream today, guys, but I couldn't eat a lot of it. That's kind of strange. So I might puke later. Ooh, story time. Everybody loves story times, but that one I cannot tell you guys because that story time is way too personal. And trust me, I know that my stories are very wild. It's because they are, but like some of them are way too much like for me to tell on this. Currently, I cannot say it, okay, guys? But in the future, though, I will actually tell you guys the story. But it's just not yet. Now is not the time. You guys have to earn that story, though. But another day, man, when it comes to staying in shape. But I've been in shape for such a very long time, so I don't really stress out about it anymore. About the things in the past, but I stressed out about my work. So, oh god dang it, my work is stressing me out. And also, this is kind of strange to say, but another thing that's really stressing me out is like anime news and whatnot. And that's kind of strange, guys. I talk about anime stuff every single day, and that's true. I don't have a problem with talking about stuff I find interest in. I don't really like to know the story of how you puke. Don't worry, guys. You're not gonna hear about that story, but anime news has been stressing me out, guys. Not necessarily anime news, but anime in general. Because everybody's talking about anime on my emails and on my comments and everything. Oh god. I can't keep up with everything, guys. But someday though, like, the thing about me, I've said this a million times already. There's not enough anime historians out there to tell it all. And I feel like I'm like the only guy out there probably. The history of anime. Let's talk about 2011. No, nobody's gonna care about that. Because like, nobody really focuses on animes of the past anymore. Which is sad. Because I'm literally the last anime historian out there. If we ever get another anime historian out there, that will be interesting. But I live to tell it all, so I know what I'm talking about. Because like the moment I mention light novels, web novels, or visual novels, or anything else of that, everybody is just gonna leave because they don't know anything about that stuff. And it's strange to me because a lot of anime adaptation is based off from visual novels, light novels, and web novels. So it tells me that a lot of anime fans are too focused only on anime and manga. I'm like, only true anime fans will do novels, light novels, visual novels, web novels, and and games. So Uma Musume is still ongoing. Yes, it is. I think you mean Ume Musume. Yes, I know what you're talking about, the racing anime and whatnot. I believe that's what you're talking about, right? It's based off well, it has a mobile game. I don't know if it's actually based off the mobile game itself. Now that I think about it, but I don't really watch that anime because it doesn't really interest me. But I do know some guys on Japan though. They dedicate their whole lives into that game, yo. They put so much hours and money into it. It's crazy how that game's still going on. Yes, there's a mobile game, guys. I know people are talking about the anime. Because the studio's in debt. Anime studios in debt is so common nowadays. I feel like when it comes to the financial statements, they just don't put it publicly out there. So like if I'm being like Ufotable's in debt, let's all be honest. And then like the studio I talked about earlier, later last week was also in debt. A lot of anime studios is most likely in debt in some sort of fashion. So So the question becomes, how do anime studios deal with this debt? The answer is simple. They hire freelancers or they send it to China. Because a lot of people don't know this, but the Chinese animation atmosphere is insanely good. Anime fans don't know this because they're not anime historians like I am. So, believe it or not, a good portion of like animation and Japanese anime is either by Koreans or some Chinese people. This is why if you stick around to the credits, you'll see Korean names in the credits. Because like they hire a lot of these outliers, you know, freelancers and whatnot. It is like it's sad because when people think of animes, they give it all to the Japanese people, like all the credit. But in reality, though, guys, when it comes to Japanese animation, a lot of it is actually from Chinese studios and a lot of Korean freelancers. So there's a lot of subsidiaries going on here, guys. So like, okay, here's an example. Go watch Naruto openings and endings. Sometimes in the credits, you'll see Korean names and Chinese names. Most of the times you'll see Korean names because those are the most easily distinguishable ones. Such as Lee Hyun Kun or something along the lines of that. Like, you'll see quite a bit. We need to give more credit to those guys, to be honest. Gassos. I think I've seen a couple of videos on YouTube that talk about old anime and stuff. Like, there was this one video about a 15-year anime. He was researching someone's face that got used as a censor bar a lot. I mean, that's cool and all, but it's... But here's the thing, though. People don't really talk about voice actors or stuff like that. Or music and whatnot. I feel like people focus solely on just the anime. Not necessarily everything else around it. For example, I can talk about Naruto and like some hidden facts and whatnot. But how is people going to ignore the opening singers, the ending singers, the staff, the studio, and everything else around it? So while necessarily those videos are interesting and probably something I'll watch in my spare time, it's not necessarily something I'll find like very intriguing or very niche as an anime historian. Because because you mention a lot of like anime openings, for example, because everybody knows anime openings. So like you mention Man on a Mission, or you mention Overworld, or you mention Sid, or you mention like Generations from Exile Tribe, or you mention Nico, you know, Nico Touches the Walls, or you mention 1OK Rock. Nobody's gonna know those people, like those bands. You know how many good openings they make? They make banger openings, man. And like nobody gives them credit for anything. So it's kind of a shame because like I'm pretty certain the majority of you guys who are watching this don't even know who those people are, or those bands, or those groups. But these things are pretty good openings, I tell you what. But like no one really cares at this point. Everybody just focuses on like whatever's popular. So they look at Tokyo Ghoul, like, oh yes, TK from you know, Unravel and whatnot. But what happened, guys? Like, where are the actual anime historians? Always give credit where credit is due. Yes, you heard that right, Mr. O. It is honestly becoming more and more sad, though. But I hope that one day there will be another anime historian, or maybe somebody who knows their animes and stuff. Well, not just anime, but the entire Japanese media. If you understand what I'm saying. Because I feel like anime is too niche. It is way too small. Small, you hear me, guys? Anime is like this. Everything else is like this. And I'm like this. So, I'm not trying to brag, but I'm trying to say that, like, every time I talk about anime or something, I talk like I know what I'm talking about. And it is because most of the time, I do know what I'm talking about, guys. Most of the times, it's stuff I know what I'm talking about. But the problem is that if I explain it to you guys, it is so difficult because you guys are either anime onlys or you're only animes and mangas. You're not the other mediums. It's kind of like a filter, honestly. So if this was a filter here, and there's like things going through my hands, the only things that will stick is anime and manga. Everything else will slip through. So light novels will go through my hands, my fingers, web novels, light novels, 4 panels, which, let's be honest, nobody reads 4-panel mangas anymore, which is honestly kind of sad. But maybe one day they'll come back, especially with Lucky Star. Lucky Star is coming back, but that was a great 4 panels manga. What else is a great 4-panel manga? There's a lot actually, but you know, it is what it is. It gets kind of lonely, I will not lie. But someday there's going to be a new anime person, not anime YouTuber, but like a person out there who is going to bring that back, like those missing pieces, because the anime industry is way too fragile, man. Everybody talks like they're big anime fans, but yeah, I feel like I'm not saying I'm better than them. I feel like I'm an alien, man. It's really hard to talk about stuff, honestly, because if I talk about stuff, it won't make sense. Like, if I talk about Umineko, nobody's gonna understand Umineko because Umineko is a visual novel, and not to mention, Umineko is as long as One Piece almost for visual novels, and nobody's gonna talk about that. And not to mention, Umineko came out around like 2004, 2006-ish, somewhere around that time period, which is like ages ago. Nobody's gonna talk about that. But I will, but then again, nobody wants to care about a good story. Everybody just wants to see shonen animes of characters fighting in power levels and whatnot. The last anime historian. I wonder who that person is going to be. I don't feel so bad if it's me. It's not going to be me, obviously. But, see, the thing is that I don't want to say I'm an anime guy, because even though I say I am, I think the right word is I'm the medium guy. Like the entire Japanese medium. And this medium sphere is built up of a bunch of stuff. Anime, web novels, light novels, manga, live action drama shows that do get anime adaptations sometimes, guys. Nobody talks about those, but I do. God dang it, man. You know how many great shoujo romance mangas got ruined because of live actions? And we're talking about Japanese studios. So for those who don't know, when it comes to Japanese studios and they make live actions based off from a romance series, usually they hire models or they hire celebrities to act those roles out. But since they don't really have acting experience, it kind of falls through the rudder and it tarnishes the manga. No offense, you know what I'm saying? I was like, not correct. That. I panicked so bad. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Everybody's like, what am I talking about? You guys, man. Here's the thing. Not all live action adaptations in Japan are good. A lot of them are actually either mediocre or bad. Very few will actually come through, man. You'll be like, Nanda yo. Kumo no Todake was okay. Great Teacher Onizuka was good. Great. Okay, those two are exceptions. You see where I'm coming from, Marco? The good stuff everybody will always know about. But all the niche stuff, or all the stuff that like nobody really likes, those are always slipped through the cracks. But the thing about me, like I stated, I focus on the small stuff. So all the bad stuff that happens around, or all those hidden gems as well that are around those big stuff. I think the best way I can explain it, guys, is that anything big will have such a big presence that no matter where you go, people will they will either always talk about it, or you'll hear it come up from time to time, or you'll see it often. So those big stuff, no matter what you do or don't watch or check out, you're gonna know about it. So that's why, like, when someone mentions anime, everybody thinks of Dragon Ball Z, One Piece, and Naruto, and those type of stuff. Those shows are so big that no matter what, when somebody mentions anime, your mind probably goes back to those series. But when it comes to those very niche series, or like stuff that you never heard about, such as Kagero Days, or Mikagura Academy, or those very niche, subtle series, everybody is going to forget about it. Or Gatchaman. Nobody talks about Gatchaman, man. Like, what happened to Gatchaman crowds? God dang, old school Gatchaman. Sorry. Oh wait, I'm going off topic. But you get where I'm coming from though. Like, Kimi no Todake and Great Teacher Onizuka, those series were popular as live actions. So no matter where you go, like those series were going to be brought up. You get where I'm coming from, right, Marco? So like, so basically, my idea is that, not my idea, but the thing that how I view it is that I don't really focus on those big series because no matter what, I'm gonna know about it regardless. So I have to focus on everything else that is surrounding it, guys. That is the real magic of like becoming something unique. Yamato Nadeshiko. This is a great example. You know, like very niche series. Or something that has something special to it. Because like, you know, people are gonna forget about those series. And it's kind of sad. So, you know, but hey, whatever, I guess. I don't think anybody will care. I don't think anybody cares anymore. What are some underrated anime and such you would recommend? Define underrated. At this point nowadays, everything is underrated and everything is overrated at the same time. Oh, there goes the internet, guys. It's slowing down on us. Hold up. Oh, wow, the internet. Oh, God. Come on, internet. Why you do this to me? You was working good earlier. Hold up, guys. Give me a second here. Oh, now you're coming back? Wait. Hold up, guys. I'm still live. It's just that the internet's slowing down a little bit for a second. Oh, come on. Hold up. The internet. Why do you do this to me? Oh boy, I lost internet connection. Wait, I'm back. Hold up. Hold up. Oh. Okay, we should be back. Wow, the internet just dropped on us, guys. Hold up. God dang it, internet service provider. Why'd you do this to me? I think the first thing I need to upgrade, without a doubt, after getting a new PC, is to buy new Wi-Fi. Because this is ridiculous to me. Why is it doing this? God dang it, guys. You see, this is the problem I have about my internet. I think it's relatively fine. It's not fine to me, guys. That's the thing. Minor lag to me is big lag. I can't accept that. Sorry I'm a bit silent, but I cannot accept this lag. We can hear see it just fine. That's one thing, but I can't accept it, guys. Like, this internet stuff, it really drives me nuts. And the thing about lag is that it causes stream delay. So like, by the time you're seeing this clip, is already 30 seconds past to where I'm currently at. Because the internet took so long to actually receive signal from the live stream feed and whatnot. So it really isn't a good look on me, honestly. So like, even though you guys can hear me, Marco and Gassos and whatnot, like, I still cannot find this acceptable. And I don't know why it's still... God dang it, man. It's slowly going up and it's slowly going down. Which doesn't make sense to me because it shouldn't be doing that. Oh, now it freezes a little bit. That's not a good sign. How dare this internet do this to me? Oh my gosh. It drives me nuts. Okay, hold up. Black Butler's live action movie is still on my PC. Black Butler, I'm not the biggest fan of the Black Butler live action. I don't hate it, but it is not it's not necessarily what I would call good either. It's underwhelming to me, okay, guys? Because my boy Sebastian could be so much better. Like, the actors they chose were not bad because they hired one decent actor and then they hired a model who had a bit of practicing in acting with some minor roles. So I forgot their names. That's crazy. I totally forgot their names, but the Black Butler live action to me was not the best. To be honest, okay, I'm not trying to be mean. It's just my honest opinion here, guys. So take it with a grain of salt. Like, live actions to me have been pretty bad. Even some of the Japanese recent live actions that they've been doing a lot actually, now that I think about it. Oh my gosh. I don't know if you guys have Netflix Japan or if you have access to it, but like, has anyone been noticing that in Japan Netflix, like, they've been making so many adaptations of mangas, and a lot of them are absolutely atrocious. Oh my gosh. Yeah, when I see the chat, it moves a bit slower than what we type, but I think some chat delay is to be expected, even if you have good internet connection. That's fair, I guess, Gassos. But, like, on the topic, though, guys, like, it is... I don't know how to put it, because it is just astonishingly confusing. So, I don't know why... So, the Japanese market in Netflix currently is trying to target the young female audience, I guess. Because they're trying so hard to, like, adapt so many shoujo mangas that you guys have never heard of before, that even I had never heard of before for some of them. And I am not really pleased because, oh my god, it is such a stain to the manga authors and whatnot. Like, I would personally fix it myself if I could, but I couldn't. I believe, yeah, Tokyo Revengers is actually getting a sequel movie, which is fine, I guess. I don't really have anything to say. I haven't seen the movies myself, though. But my friend, she says it doesn't make sense in some ways. They're supposed to be middle school students, but they look like grown adults. I was like, well, what you expect? Like, it's a live action. You can't have... Oh, god dang it. You see, guys, I'm going off topic again. But it goes back to what I was saying earlier, though. This whole idea of, like, anime is so... Anime at this point is so simplified to where, like, everything else gets muddled in. But someday it will come back, though. Yeah, some of them are not good. I said a lot of them are not good, but I can do better, though. Let me... Just kidding, no, I can't. I would not do better. I will butcher so many live-action adaptations if I was given the chance to. Acting is not necessarily the problem. I think directing is the biggest... It's like the biggest screw-up ever. What was that series called? I Want to Eat Your Pancreas? I think there was there a live action of that? Oh, god dang that. It was, wait. No, I don't think there's a live action of that. Okay, man. What am I... I talked about everything at this point, but live action is still a small niche, guys. But Marco and Gassos, you guys will eventually get there someday. Like, I believe that every single anime fan at some point will reach this level where I'm at. I'm not saying this is the end-all be-all, like I'm the greatest being of all time. I'm just stating that, like, at some point you'll start to recognize not necessarily the big things, but the things around it. Because, like, maybe I think the one of the biggest things that people can do is to actually read books. Because, man, there is a lot of amazing books that got anime movies, like The Empire of Corpses, Harmony, something Genocide. I forgot what it called, man. But it is. There's a lot of movies based off from novels. Missing was also a novel. The anime news I talked about yesterday's video. Old school novel that got a manga adaptation in 2007 for the English release, that is. And then now it's getting a new adaptation based on the material from Missing. Oh man, by Gakuto Koda. Which is like honestly kind of strange for this time of day, because even though it's not necessarily a bad series, I don't like. It's just pure nostalgia. I hope it's good though. I hope. The scripts on some of them seem so dry and infuriating. Ghost in the Shell for me was interesting. Huh. The scripts on some seems so dry and infuriating. Well, that's to be expected. Ghost in the Shell for me was interesting. That's fair enough. I didn't watch Ghost in the Shell, but I've seen the reviews on it. It's mixed, honestly. Like, whatever it goes, I guess. Ghost in the Shell is a classic, but I think the anime itself was fine. It didn't really need in my personal opinion, it didn't really need a live action. A lot of stuff don't need live actions because some things only work in anime format or an anime medium in general. But someday we'll figure it out, hopefully. But either way though, this whole medium thing is gonna drive everybody there someday though. Let's hope people start reading books and stuff, because I don't think many people are left to read books. Everybody's gonna switch to mangas, which is why every single thing is getting a manga adaptation. Every light novel gets anime adaptation. Manga adaptation is my bad now. Oh man. I think one thing that is, we forgot the legend of live action. Gintoma's live action. Okay, God dang it, Marco. Gintama is an exception, because the thing about Gintama is that Gintama is kind of like a troll anime. If we're being frank, so either way, it was going to work. If it doesn't take itself seriously, then those series tend to work better than those that do take it seriously. So I wouldn't necessarily put Gintama with the rest, guys. But that's just me, though. You're free to have your own opinion. The only manga I've read is Chainsaw Man. I'm relatively new to anime, as you can imagine. Relatively seems unfair. It's been like 3 years. Well, you'll catch up. The anime format has been exploding so fast that it's kind of like how the universe expands. It's expanding so fast that you really can't keep up with it. So it's understandable, Gassos, when it comes to anime, because a lot of you guys are probably, some of you guys maybe still be new to anime. So give it some time, and then you'll eventually understand how this world rotates in the world of anime, in the mediums of it. Because at this point, I'm so familiar with stuff that it doesn't surprise me. I don't get surprises often anymore when it comes to anime news, because everybody's like, you can't make a mistake with Gintama. That's pretty true, because you can't take it seriously. You're not really supposed to take Gintoki and them seriously. You just kind of had to just take it as is and just laugh along. But everybody will figure it out though, guys. Yeah, so you and everybody will figure it out. Won't see some clips of it, but it seems great. It's good to hear. I think at this point, man, the anime industry is going to go, okay, here's my prediction of the anime industry. And I'm going to be either somewhat right or I'm going to be half right, because this is really going to happen. First of all, I think anime is going to start taking production outside of Japan. They're already doing it, guys. A lot of people don't recognize it, but a lot of anime studios are starting to take their work outside overseas to China. Second of all, I think the Chinese animation sphere is going to expand. Because if like a lot of Chinese anime, their animation pretty good. To be honest, if I had to be completely fair, some of their animation styles is better than Japanese anime. It is crazy to say that. I'm not saying China's the future, but it's heading to where it's going out overseas. And then Korea. So currently in South Korea, their animation studio is getting there, but it's not there yet. I think they'll get there soon though. Soon. Like China's animations, man, they're getting pretty good. There's a lot. I love how it sort of feels like we are in a Discord call or something. Just call it for that. Still waiting for the Gintama Sensei series. Yeah, we're all waiting for that, to be honest. But that is my future predictions. I think animation is going to go out to overseas. And a lot of anime studios is going to go broke. I really do think they're already broke. They go to Discord. Man, when it comes to Discord, guys, I'm not really active on there as I want to be because I've been so busy with life. But if I was still in my senior high school years, in my college years, then I probably would be on there 24/7. But I'm a grown man. I gotta start making a living for myself. But someday I'll be on there. Like I check on it like once every day, 3 times a day actually. When I wake up, when I get done from exercising, after I upload, and then before I go to bed. I'm always on at least 3 times a day just to see what's going on. So that way it doesn't get crazy on there. Even though it does sometimes on the memes and not safe for work page. But the link to Discord is always in the description, guys, if you want to join. It's free. It's not private or anything. It's you don't need to because 80% of us are from Europe. I swear, man. All my every single one of you guys is overseas. I don't know how the anime sphere is overseas. I know that from what I've been told, the anime hemisphere in Europe is big, but not on the level of like the United States. Because here we have Comic-Con, anime expos, and like the really big stuff, which is not necessarily frequent in Europe. But someday, though, I think someday or at some point it will become as frequent. But it's just not there yet. I think it's because of expenses and whatnot in Europe to rent out places. But it is... The anime is going to explode soon. Well, should I even say anime? I don't think anime is the right word to use. I think the Japanese medium, that's the right word. The Japanese medium will get there, guys. And when it does, I think we'll be fine. Same. Excuse me. Really? It's the same? Are you talking about like the expos and stuff, or like same as in like you're just agreeing with me? Or sorry, Margaret, I'm kind of confused, but I just kind of had to know because I'm like I said, I usually stick around for like the anime stuff. Europe gang rise up. Europe's events, like Europe's anime events, are not as big, from what I've seen. Like they're big, but not explosive. Like every single anime expo that I've seen and been to in America is always explosive, even the small ones. Like that's why you get all those Twitter news and all those Twitter memes of like all the cosplayers outside waiting to get in, and they're all sweating, smelling like dead people because there's not enough space. But it is like hell. I don't really want to like. Okay, I don't hate anime expos, but I tend to like. I try to avoid them because it is a cluster of just. Not trying to be mean, it smells pretty bad at times. So yeah, it smells pretty bad. The cosplay is cool though, and the merch they sell is cool. If they don't sell fake anime figures, because there are some freaking people who try to sell fake anime figures at anime expo sometimes. I think one time at it was an anime expo. I forgot which one was it specifically, there was a booth that was selling fake anime figures. Well, no, they wasn't selling fake anime figures, but they had some fake ones. And I don't know if they couldn't identify fake anime figures, but they were fake. Like the material looks right, the painting looks good enough, but the box itself said it all. The box was fake. So I just said, hey, I think your anime figure is fake, my friend. And that's the story. But that's why I don't really anime figures. I don't really buy much of them anymore because they're expensive, and also because a lot of people cannot identify the fakes with the real ones. Because let's be honest, bootleggers have been getting better and better, or counterfeits. I can teach you guys about fake anime figures for another stream someday, how to identify fake anime products. Because a lot of people have been doing this and it's pissing me off. Sorry. It's making me so mad. I wish that people will understand about like fake anime figures. But the thing is that when people buy anime figures, like they don't know, like some people don't know what they're buying into. Because anime figures at this point is so very difficult. I've always said you guys check for the sticker authenticity and the printing, without a doubt, and the source. So if I'm not buying it from a Japanese person, which I usually do, by the way, when it comes to my anime figures, then I don't really buy anime figures at all. Because like, the only exception was probably Kataneko here. Kataneko here, she was actually an anime figure I bought from somebody who was selling away their collection. So I got her off at a discount. And I have her box too, by the way, which has the proof of authenticity. Her box has the authenticity sticker of the factory where she was printed at. So this is a real deal 1/7 scale 7 Dragon 2020 Kataneko scale figure here, guys. This is the real deal. She's around $200 now. I think her price has dropped a bit because her other one, I wanted it so bad, but I had to drop it because drop the purchase because it was too expensive, by the way. Her other one is going for more now, so this one has dropped in pricing, but it's fine, I guess. Really legendary figure, by the way, guys. The anime figures that tend to hold the most value are either anime figures that have really cool sculptures, anime figures that have limited prints, or anime figures, that have like very niche or something to them, just put it that way. Like, I also have some other anime figures. Hold up, let me show you. I never show you the other anime figures down here. So this is actually another anime figure that I own. This is Mikumo Gainemer. I think this is like a 1/6 scale figure. Ichiban Kuji. Ichiban Kuji first prize figure. So you can only get this one through the vending machines, those claw machines, because this is a Ichiban Kuji, and this one is relatively cheap actually. I think I got this one for about $50 ish. This is 100% authentic, by the way, guys. I think I still do have the box for this figure here. This Mikumo Gainemer. She has a little bit of dust on here, but I need to clean off the stand. Probably get like an air blower. So for that, I need to put this one away. Oh. How much are the ones you made? I don't make anime figures. I wish I made anime figures. So I don't necessarily make anime figures. So there's no money for that, I guess. I still do have more anime figures, but I don't know if I want to get them because I'm too lazy. I'm way too lazy to get them. Okay, hold on. Let me show you another anime figure. Give me a second. Oh wow, this one needs a cleaning real quick. Hold up. Ugh. I forgot to dust this one. Ugh. This is a 100% authentic. So the chain dog, I don't know, because I made that one for fun, so I don't know necessarily how much I would sell it for. But here's another anime figure. So this is actually hold up, Seventh Dragon ABS PVC 1/7 scale figure samurai. This is Yaiba, I believe. Yeah, Yaiba. There it goes. Another waifu of mine, guys, from a game. But as you can see, there's the authenticity sticker right here, licensed by Sega. That is the real deal. This tells me that it's a real figure. And if you look through here, I don't think you guys can see it, but it actually has the plastering inside of it. You see how inside of it, even though it's in the mold, it has the plasterizers around it. That's to help it out a bit. And she's still in good condition, even though the top has a little bit of dust on it. This is an authentic figure, guys. Always look for this. Every single... This is not an anime. This is from a game, guys. Yeah, it's from a game. I'm sorry to tell you, but yeah, you can't watch this waifu here. She's from a game. Well, this is how you identify real figures, though. This is not a fake. Fakes are getting better, but this is another figure of mine, though. I haven't opened it yet because I don't really feel the urge to open anime figures. I just kind of keep them, I guess. But yeah, this is my Kataneko. No, this is not Kataneko. This is Yaiba. God dang it. But yeah, guys. I believe this one I bought it for... I believe this one was about $150 that I bought this one for at the time. Wow, she's still beautiful. And you can see the panties if you look up. But I can't do that because I'll get... the video... This live stream will get taken down if I show the panties. So... No look downs, guys. Sorry. No perverts today. Okay, we're back. But essentially, though, guys, about the anime stuff, like the anime events and whatnot, if you're gonna buy stuff, man, waiting for price to rise and then sell her. I don't really sell anime figures, even though people question that sometimes or ask me the questions about selling anime figures. Selling anime figures is very difficult. I'll tell you what. Like, the thing is this: if you're selling anime figures, you need proof of authenticity, and you also need proof that it's in good condition. You gotta tell what condition it's in, and you gotta go pretty hard on it. I'll tell you what. Hello there, Shaif. Hope everything's going well. Welcome to the 500 celebration. We're talking about anime figures for a second, but essentially, though, there's a lot going on here. I'll tell you what. When you're selling anime figures, which is why I don't really like to sell anime figures, because it is extremely difficult, to put it simply. Yes, there are places like myfigurecollection.net and places like that to sell your anime figures, but you have to understand that quality and quantity and the condition of what you have them in, like, it affects, it's literally everything. You have to be the most cleanest person in the world to sell anime figures. Because collecting anime figures is not about having just the figure. It's about having a piece of history, essentially. That's how a lot of people view it. So, if you buy anime figures, your budget is going to go down quick. It costs a lot of money to buy anime figures nowadays because the materials they use is becoming more focused on ABS. The Abestos, by the way. Abestos is basically what they use to make the anime figures' legs. Because the thing is that you have legs like this right here, the Kataneko anime figure right here, is not made out of ABS. It's made out of PVC. So what that means is that temperature affects how the legs will bend. So here's the thing. PVC is what anime figures used to be made out of. But the problem was that, like, back then, PVC bends with heat. And this is one of those old figures that bends with heat. So if it gets too hot, your anime figures will start bending and whatnot. So you don't want that. So you had to actually have your temperatures and your humidity controlled. Because PVC is susceptible to humidity and temperature changes. Because high humidity will cause molding. And slight chemical reactions to an extent, and then heating will actually cause the PVC to actually lose the structure and shape. So a bit of anime history. So around 2013, 2012-ish, 2010, around that time period, anime companies started to invest more money on using other materials. So instead of PVC, they incorporated ABS, also known as asbestos, in which they actually incorporated ABS into the legs, because the problem with anime figures back then was that when anime figures got too hot, their legs started to bend inwards, outwards, and all over the place. So your anime figure will be leaning forward and backwards, and that looks atrocious. It was scary, like way back when. If you wasn't around that time, it was scary when it happened. So they incorporated ABS to the legs. So pretty much every figure, or the majority of anime figures nowadays, is made out of ABS. And that's why anime figures are pretty much expensive nowadays. It's not just because of the designs and the limited prints and whatnot. It's really because, like, the materials as well that they incorporate into making it. Because ABS does not get affected by temperature changes. So that way when it gets hot, your anime figures can still stand and not bend all over the place, looking like a spaghetti noodle. But I am, like... that is history 101 for anime figures. Not all material is ABS and PVC now, because they're starting to incorporate there was another material they incorporated, but I forgot what it was. That's surprising. I forgot. But there's also other materials they use as well, but those are the two main ones. But yeah, that's anime history 101, guys. Too bad nobody talks about anime history like I do nowadays. But that's the way it is, though. Some days there'll be guys who will understand the levels of anime, guys. But until then, though, we're just gonna die out. We're a dying breed. I think someday there will be a anime YouTuber or an anime person that isn't just anime, but the entire medium. Because, like, I can just go into depth about stuff that nobody really cares about. Such as plushies, Nindoroids, and, like, Figmas and whatnot. I bet you guys don't even know what those are, I bet. Oh my god, he's an anime fan. He doesn't know what Nindoroids are? Oh boy, I feel bad for you if you don't know them. Too bad. Nobody knows anime figures anymore, I guess. They think every figure is a doll. Okay, guys? It's not dolls. You have anime figures. Okay, guys, and then you have Figmas, Nindoroids, there's still others, I totally forget, plushies, and a lot of stuff, acrylic stands, those still go around. Acrylic stands, I need to buy some, actually. I don't have any acrylic stands, but maybe in the future I'll buy one of an anime of some sort, who knows, right? A lot of stuff. Those is, man... Do people even recognize what those are anymore? I think people are just forgetting nowadays. People, they neglect so much of this whole entire hemisphere to just anime and manga. It's depressing. It's so depressing, honestly. Before you know it, we will not have any, like, actual animes professionals out there anymore in the field. I am the last one. And our camera lights just died. Hold up. Let me get the lights changed. There we goes. Okay, I got the lights fixed. I hope that's doing much better. Looks much better. There we go. Imagine a world without anime. True, but anime is such a small fraction, Marco. It's such a small fraction. The real piece, you need all of the pieces to make the puzzle. Rest in peace, camera lights. But we got it back on, though. By the way, somebody asked about my camera lights for a second. The camera lights I use is what I used to record my auditioning videos, by the way. So, it's kind of strange. I'm using my auditioning lights as a way to live stream. I know that everybody uses Elgato lights and whatnot, but I use my my camera audition lighting to when I record auditions and whatnot. Oh, excuse myself. It's a bit strange, but hey, that's how I do it, guys. Ooh, anime. Okay, so where am I in terms of anime and stuff? So I am still watching anime, so I'm not gonna really go into explanation about that. Manga, I finished One Piece. Now I gotta get caught up with some other mangas. There are some new mangas I really gotta read, such as the one about the raccoon, about the tanuki and whatnot. I said raccoon, but tanuki is the right word. And then I gotta read another manga. I need to catch up with light novels. I still need to read Pale Moon Reverie. What a great light novel, man. I really like the first 3 sample pages. God dang it, man. Why don't people read light novels anymore? And then I'll probably go check out Missing as well by Gakuto Koda, because this is getting a new manga adaptation. I need to actually read the original source. I've only read the 2007 manga, which... Raccoon? Oh man, Mark, you're wondering. It's a manga that officially got an official English release to it. It's like a sad, happy comedy anime, kind of. So essentially, it's about this this tanuki spirit, or this raccoon spirit, and basically this raccoon spirit, she takes on the form of this woman's daughter, of which that daughter has passed away. So she takes form of this deceased daughter who has passed away to try and not necessarily trick the mother, but more so of like do stupid things, like what spirits do. They do stupid things. And essentially, the mother slowly gets attached to the tanuki, or the raccoon spirit, that is disguising as her daughter. And even though, look, later on, the mother finds out that it's not her daughter, obviously, but the two of them grow a attaching bond to each other. It's a really sad, happy, comedy-ish anime. It just got an English release. I was going to talk about it, actually, but I've only read 1 chapter, and to be honest, I did not even know about it until, I didn't know about it until one of my friends told me. He was like, bro, you need to read this, man. This is like, this is like Sweetness of Lightning, but different. I was like, God dang it, man. Fine, I'll check it out. Okay, tell me, what publishing company is publishing it? It's like, is Manga Up? Manga Up? Manga Up? Man, I haven't heard of them in a while. Oh man, sorry, you don't know your publisher companies, you're not a true anime fan. I'm just kidding. No, I'm kidding. For those who don't know, Manga Up is a publishing company. They kind of hit or miss, honestly. But this series, I mean, it's understandable because Manga Up, they really just do whatever they want to, I guess. So they actually, oh, by the way, they're partnered up with Square Enix, by the way. So, if you're wondering, by the way. So they released it, I read it, it was pretty good. For 1 chapter, that is. I need to read more. It's funny because the mother thought that the raccoon spirit thing was just a dream, so she starts like shaking her head and doing whatnot. And she's like, "Nope, it's real." No, she pinched her cheeks. That's what it is. That's what she does. She pinches her cheeks. Just thinks that because she thinks she's dreaming about this raccoon spirit, the tanuki spirit and whatnot. And then it's sorry, I just find that part to be so hilarious. And it's like, "Yep, it's a real deal. It's an actual spirit." But it's a really wholesome series, by the way. It's sad, funny, wholesome at the same time. It's a mix of all of those. So it's comedy, sad. I forgot the title. That's the thing. But it just came out recently in English dub. I mean, in English translations for the manga. Now, until then, in official translation, that is. Before then, you had these fan translations, which was pretty bad. But put a link on Discord. Oh man, I tell you the series on Discord, okay? I can't post a link because I don't know if that's. I don't know if Manga Plus. I am not. I think it is Manga Plus. I don't think Manga. Is it Manga Up or Manga Plus? One of those publishing companies. I think it's Manga Plus, I believe, that has it. But I'll post the title of it on the Discord though, on the anime news and discussions section, the anime discussions section on Discord. But yeah, that's really about it, I guess. For now, that what I'm reading, I've only read one chapter, and that might be the only chapter I read because, like I said, I don't really want to read sad stuff. Okay, guys, I know that it's supposed to be wholesome because it's a little cute raccoon spirit being a little girl, and it's supposed to be like a cute family thing, but for some reason I got a feeling it's gonna get sad. I don't know why. The first chapter, half of it was sad, then the other half was comedy. How do you get two? How do you get 2 in 1? That's the strangest thing about this series that I find so interesting. It works. It works. But look, I told him I'll read 5 chapters. I've only read 1, okay, guys? So if you're wondering why I haven't been reading the stuff people have been recommending me to read, is because I'm reading other stuff. Like, really. But yeah, Marco, I'll post a link on Discord. But it's about 3. It's getting close to 3:30 here, guys. United States time. So I gotta get going. But I really want to thank everybody for stopping by on this live stream for 500 days of daily push-ups. It truly means a lot. And I'll probably make a video thanking everybody again. And so yeah, so stay tuned for that video of me thanking you guys again for 500 and sticking around. Minasan, arigatou gozaimasu. 何これ僕の話します。僕のYeah, it's been fun, but man, what should I say in Japanese, man? I don't even know. What should I say? Yeah, Tarada. What do I say, guys? What should I say? I don't know exactly what I'm going to be saying, guys. I guess I'll just say thank you, guys, I guess. But, my Japanese is not the best, guys, even though I'm supposed to speak Japanese. I don't speak it that well. But, minasan, arigato. Please continue supporting me, I guess. You don't have to. I'm just gonna, I'm just gonna do me. And, when I make that video, I'll probably know what to say in Japanese, because right now I'm just kind of lost in thoughts because it's a lot to think about. But yeah, without further ado, until next time,